Hello and welcome to Nitro Talk. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Novarossi small block 12 engine. If you're into nitro engines, anything at all to do with the nitro side of the RC hobby, I'd love a like and subscribe. Thank you very much. How's everyone doing? Thank you very much for joining me. I kind of realized I was looking through the old engine stash and kind of realized that how little love I had shown to the Novarossi small block. The heck, you know what? Tons and tons of Novarossi big blocks, but I think I've only done one or two of the Novarossi small blocks. So we got a whole lot of love to do as far as that goes. You got your K12, M12, S12, R12. We might even do vitamin B12 if we have time. But today, first, we are going to wet our whistle with some Novarossi NSR12 S3. That's what we are looking at today. Here we are in a nice bag with a desiccant packet. Keep it nice and dry. So the cooling head here, you got your NSR3 and also race, which I love seeing. I know on one of my favorite all-time Novarossi engines is the 528XR, okay, an absolute legend. Check out my video on it if you'd like to see. That engine was made, you could have gotten the 528XR or the 528XS, all right? The XS, the speed version, was a 3-port, but the XR, the race version, was, I believe, an 8-port. So I'm hoping, I've been in here, but who knows how long it's been, I don't remember. I'm hoping to see some nice stuff on this race version Novarossi right here. But only way to find out is to go ahead and get inside. One thing I noticed right off bat is that this is a removable and interchangeable Venturi Novarossi small block carb, which you don't see a lot of those. Most of your Novarossi small block carbs, okay, are going to be like this one. This does not have removable and exchangeable Venturis. I don't think any of these other ones, that is not removable Venturi. No removable Venturi on that one. All of these are no removable Venturi carbs. So that right there is that and that is a 2-needle also. I believe most of these also are 3-needle. That's the third needle. Another third needle. But this right here is a 2-needle. So just the top end and the low end. It appears to, that's a huge, that don't make sense. This is obviously, this Venturi is quite a bit larger than the largest opening you could get on there. See, that's, you could look through the Venturi. Okay, it kind of, it doesn't go all the way. That's weird. Anyways, the Venturi's quite larger than the carburetor. So, take it for what it is. I also noticed, now these don't does not look like a home mod job right there. Those additional slits across, unless they added the long ones. You could maybe those were added. Maybe these were Phillips screws, which are kind of odd. They're shaped like the standard Novarossi flathead. Anyways, some weird screws on the back. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. Hope these aren't too tight. They don't look super fresh. They look like they got a little wear to them. You know what? Where is, I believe, yeah. Use my proper Novarossi. This is my Novarossi specific screwdriver that I use for all my Novarossi flatheads. It's a perfect size. All right, we'll get this back plate off, and then we'll get the head off. Now, of these 12s, right, as you saw, and I don't even have all of them, of course, Novarossi made a ton of different 12 engines. Some notable ones being the, ooh, that was cool. All right. I'm getting excited about this one. The M12 is very, that was, now, I know that there was a thing with Mugen with the M12, kind of like with the Beat engines, the Novarossi Beat engines, BT4, BT5, were Mugen Seiki. I don't know exactly how that is done. I mean, in conjunction with, I guess you could say. But then you got now the HPI Novarossi 12. Sometimes, because there's so many, I sometimes brain fart and can't remember exactly. I believe that's the C12, right? The HPI branded Novarossi 12, I believe, is the C12. But yeah, just a veritable smorgasbord of 12s from Novarossi. All right, we got our back plate screws off. We got our head button screws off. And this is actually a turbo. Is that M12 a turbo? Most of all these other ones are standard plug. And that is very, you can instantly recognize that as an O'Donnell plug. Get up and down, grab this. Take our cooling, our head button off. See if our sleeve wants to come out and say hi. Probably not. So a 21 engine, right? It's like perfect size to get your finger in and get a good grip on it. But my pinky's the only thing I can really get into a 12 very good, and can't really grip it very well. So we're going to grab the old pusher here. Todd's Push-O-Matic 2000. Easy as pie, right? Oh, righty. I love, I love all nitro engines, and I'm happy to be able to go through these engines and look at them and show them to y'all. I love all of these engines, but I love it more when there's something cool inside. You know what I mean? Modified, this and that, something different. You know how if you watch my videos, You know I love different stuff. Oh, look at that. That O-ring said bye-bye. He checked out. All right. All right. That is our Novarossi NSR3. No, NSR12. See, look at that. That says NSR3 on the head, on the cooling head, right? NSR3, NSR12 S3. All right. Where to begin? Let's begin with that crankcase. Now, I'm going to be, the next video I'm going to be doing is on this right here. Because I'm going to leave this engine out while I do this one, because they both have the S12 crankcase. And this one's unmarked, just has the Novarossi R up there. So I'm not really sure the code for this one. Like, you get the M12 says M12, right? And the K12 says K12, but that one just has S12 and then Nova on the other side. So maybe someone knows exactly which one that is. They can help me out. I'll have the full video on that coming very soon. All right, so we got our S12 crankcase here. Some standard steel in the rear and a black number coated in the front. One thing I noticed about this, which is a little so that's that other S12, right? The one with just the Nova. Never mind, that ain't it. That's it. So that's the S12, right? That's the other one with just the Novarossi logo. The one thing I noticed, they have different pinch bolts, or different nuts on the end of the pinch bolt, at least. Yeah, the whole pinch bolt is larger. You see that larger pinch bolt, smaller pinch bolt there. Kind of hard to, you need to see them together. There you go. Now you can contrast and compare. All right. So we got the large pinch bolt nut on there. Some nice dividing cuts inside. That's what I would call those, dividing cuts. Yeah, again, standard steel bearing. Got a little bit of gnar there on it, but not too bad. Made in Italy, of course. Not a whole lot special with the crankcase there. Novarossi S12. Again, that cooling head, NSR3 race. You like to see that on the Novarossi. Was this, it almost, what do you think? Yeah. Now, is this, we know, I've shown before, that engine, the color of cooling heads will change with heat cycles, right? With use. The PT21AO SH engines, I shown a brand new one and one with 3-4 gallons on it next to each other, and the colors of the cooling heads were different. The heat cycles will change the color of the cooling head after time. Do you think that this is just that one of these has more heat cycles than the other, or that looks like a darker shade of purple? Just a little bit. Oh, and so actually it's almost kind of burgundy-ish with my naked eye. I don't know how it's looking in the camera, but yeah, it just looks like a little bit different of a purple. So that's our NSR3 cooling head. There again is our removable Venturi 2-needle Novarossi small block carburetor. Great carbs, of course. Plastic banjo fitting there. You know what? when I see something that is not, it stands out to me. Tell me, tell me if anyone, okay, look at this carb, all right? Something stood out to me. I saw something and I'm like, hold on a second. That ain't right. That ain't normal. Tell me if you see it. I'm just going to kind of come all around here, every angle on this thing, and tell me if anything jumps out as, okay, hold on a second, that's a little different. Anything at all. Do, Jeopardy, noise, do. So the first thing, yes, this is kind of an abnormally long arm. That ain't it. That is, however, that is an abnormally long arm on the throttle there. I think every single one of these others is going to be much, much shorter. All right, every single one of these much shorter. So a very long throttle arm, but that ain't it. Did something else stand out to you? All right, I'm going to tell you what it is. The double barbed banjo fitting. Look at that. Look at all these other ones. Single barb. Single. 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 And single. I don't think I've ever seen another banjo fitting with double barb on it like that. What do y'all think? Have you seen that? Did you notice that? All right, let's move on. I've had my fun with the double barbed carb. All right, where are we going next? We're going to do that head button. Now we got member O'Donnell plug in there. It is turbo. Looks like we have a single aluminum head shim, and it's probably going to be a 0.3. And it actually feels like a 0.2, which is kind of rare in aluminum. Most aluminum, especially on a Novarossi, most times the aluminums are 0.3s. Let's see. No, it is a 0.2. So in a single aluminum 0.2 millimeter Venturi head shim, our back plate has a cutout for top. It is not interference, and there is an indication of the top that you can see from the outside. Little ledge in there. O-ring set at the base. All right, you ready for some goodies? Let's start. Oh, one more basic. Our piston here, I can't think of what it's called. Single oil groove. That's a knife edge. You can call that a knife edge for sure on that connecting rod. Novarossi 12 connecting rods, and never had any issues with them, but I mean, it's a 12, so it's going to look tiny, but yeah, it just looks tiny. All right, now let's go ahead to that crank. Now, a lot of these other ones have a threaded crank, actually a removable two-piece, removable crank stud there. We have a standard crank here. We got a nice little ramp action going right there. Metal, it's not filled, but very nicely cut into a ramp there. Beautiful. Quite large and very nicely our leading edge. See that nice sharp leading edge right there? Very nice induction window we got right here. Now, I do not think that this is race, And I would love some feedback. This does not look factory to me, even factory hand modified. This looks a little bit more home done. What do y'all think? They did a lot to it there. So we got kind of a twin fang 1-2 down there. We got some work done on our leading edge right there, and then we have many. I've never really seen these on a crank like that. These are real tiny little lines, and then a couple little more right there. It's not opened up. That's kind of odd. I would expect the end of this, that hole, to be opened up, but it is not. It appears to be the same size going all the way back. Interesting, very interesting. I love seeing stuff like this. This is cool to look at right here. What do y'all think? Novarossi factory or hand modified after the fact, which is where I'm going with it. All right. Now, if we got that, we got some work on the sleeve, right? We got to. That's, ooh, very nice. Let's go ahead and start with this is not factory work. This is a home job. There is our boost / intake port. It's kind of hard to see, but come on now, focus. See how it's kind of very unique fang there. It's not ramped as it normally would be. Got like a thing sticking up in the middle there. It's really odd. And then we come, oh yeah, a lot of, this is really cool. Man, I do not remember this thing at all. I tell you what, I can pretty much guarantee you, I have never been inside this engine. I think I would remember this. I certainly would remember this right here. So this is my first time ever seeing the inside of this thing. Let's look at that Schnurley port. And again, super cool. Huge fang, and it's cut all the way through down into the fang there. And then what the heck is wrong with my focus? Where's my we need to make sure we get a good look at this. Get my blocker up here. All right. There we go. Look at those teeny little cuts there. Don't think those would really do much, but they are cool. Now, and then again, another cut on that edge as well. Just that Schnurley port is modified to the max. Let's see how good their work is. Let's see how the other side matches this side. Not bad. Tell you what, it's got, it may not be in the exact, they might not be the exact, but at least he's got them there. And, yeah, I tell you what, it matches the other side pretty good. But man, that is modified. Heavily modified. Look at that boost port again. Very interesting sleeve. I love seeing stuff like this. I really love. Oh, and look at that. They ramped the exhaust port. The exhaust, very, I had to have seen an exhaust port ramped before. But there's really no point. It's coming out there. The ramp is for something to come in there. So that really isn't going to do anything, right? I mean, no, I can't do anything. The air is coming out there. It's not going to be ramped up into that port because it don't go in that port. Super cool, though. Really awesome. This is a really cool sleeve. Now I want to run. I'd love to see how this thing runs. This would be. I'd love to see how this thing, if this is a screamer or if they went a little too far and doesn't work too well. Who knows? Very interesting, though. Super cool. Novarossi Race NSR3, hand modified. I do not believe from the factory, but it's possible. I guess. It's not. It's not a hack job to where I'd be like, "There's no way." I mean, it is. It's certainly not finally finished. But anyways, what's your opinion? I'd love to hear it. Thank you very, very much for watching. More nitro engines to come. Specifically, there's going to be a few. We're going to knock out some Novarossi 12s. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.